Hi, everyone, and welcome. My name is Madeline Jelpy, and I'm the Senior Manager of Global Stakeholder Engagement at Out and Equal Workplace Advocates. Throughout the year, I have had the pleasure of working with the Force for Good team at JP Morgan Chase to develop the Global Hub. This is going to be an incredible resource for our stakeholders across the globe, and in fact, the very first tool of its kind. Today, I'm excited to give you a brief training to get you acquainted with the current version of the Global Hub. As our site evolves and expands and continues to undergo development, we're really excited to show you our current progress. So through this training, you'll get a quick review of the site's features, those developed and those still to come, how to sign up for the site, navigate, and utilize the existing features. So stay with me and we'll get you up to speed on all things Global Hub. Your feedback is incredibly valuable to us, so as you explore the site yourselves, we really encourage you to record your feedback in the link provided in your email. We will use your feedback to continue to refine the site's existing features, address strategic questions in ongoing development, and work to build the site to perfection for future users. Now let's get started by onboarding you into our site. The onboarding process is pretty simple, and you're only going to need a couple of things to get started. By now, you should have received an email from the Global Hub containing your unique code to use in the onboarding process. The email looks like this, and within the email, you'll find your code here. You're going to want to go ahead and copy that. Click here to register, and it will bring you to the main page of the site. However, you can't access any of these features until you sign up by clicking here. You'll notice a placeholder where the user agreement will live when it's finalized. While we continue to develop this with our legal representatives, go ahead and click Accept for now, and you will have the opportunity to review and accept the final agreement later on. So now you'll fill out your display name and additional fields in the sign-up form. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. You'll enter your first and last name, your email address, and your job title. And then you'll go ahead and enter that confirmation code that you got from the email. Next, you'll choose a password and click Sign Me Up. After signing up, you're automatically going to be brought to the home page of the hub, which will look like this. The four colored boxes represent each of the four features housed within the hub itself. So the resource library, the community message board, the ERG registry, and the calendar. At this stage in development, the feature available for testing is the resource repository. We will go through this in detail, and I'll also touch on the remaining features to give you a taste of what's to come. Below the boxes, you'll see a quick link to our user's guide. If you click this is another easy way to get to know some of the hub's features. And you'll notice that it'll continue to evolve in tandem with the site as new features are developed. But let's go first things first and check out the resource library. The core of the resource library is built around topics. So every resource in the hub is tagged with one or more topics, which is sort of an indication of what the content of the article or resource is about. So you can navigate to a master list of topics by clicking on this resource button here, or by clicking topics on the navigation bar. It'll bring you to the same spot. We'll just go ahead and click here. So this brings you to that master list of topics I just mentioned. And a user can click on any one of these topics to navigate to a topic's landing page. And all of the resources that are tagged with that particular topic can be found here. So each clickable link on this page is a topic, and a user can actually search for resources by topic at the search bar here, So if I'm interested in an audio-visual piece, I could click here, and it will actually bring up all of those videos or audio resources here. Or I could do the same thing and click and look at that through this mechanism. You'll notice there are a number of different topics and a number of different categories under which those topics are housed. So the first you see we have tools here. Tools is a way for us to organize the resource by what type of resource they are. So say you're interested in searching by something under the way of workshops. So I might specifically want to see workshops that someone has produced. I could take a look at all of the workshops in the resource library by looking at them here. You could also search by popular topics. So this list here is essentially a list of what Out and Equal has our finger on the pulse of. This is what we're hearing from that our partners are interested in. This will continue to evolve as time goes by and as more popular topics come up. You'll also see a number of different other categories. I'll just name these two. So you'll also be able to search by identity. So if you're particularly interested in a certain identity, you can search by that here or in the bar above. Same goes for industry. You can check out any number of industry items that you're interested in. And then you can also check out and Equal's resources. So if you're interested in seeing our global webinar series, we have that all housed here. You might be interested in seeing summit materials. You can check out those here as well. So that's kind of a look at our repository topics page that'll help you navigate to find exactly what you're looking for. I'll also mention that you can search the resource repository in this bar here through keywords. So perhaps you're interested in marketing. We can check out all of the resources that have that in the title or description, so you can better locate your resource this way. So let's say we're interested in a particular resource. How would we then view it? Well, I want to search non-binary resources. And the first one that comes up is actually Out and Equal's non-binary resource. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that up. You'll notice there is a brief description here to give me a little bit more indication on what the resource is about. You'll see the company name here, that's Out and Equal. You can see who uploaded it, the uploader's company, so that's Out and Equal actually uploaded it, and you can see when the resource was uploaded. You can also look at the file type and the topics that it was tagged under. So let's go ahead and say I'm interested in seeing this resource. You can see that already we've accumulated some views on this resource. I'm going to go ahead and click this button and I can check out the resource itself. And if I decide that this is in fact the resource I want to take to my next ERG meeting, I can go ahead and click this to download the resource. Maybe I'll print it and share it with my colleagues. If you found a resource to be particularly helpful or interesting, you can go ahead and applaud the resource by clicking this button here. We also encourage users to utilize the comments section. This is designed to be an area where users discuss their thoughts about an article, how they might have used it in the workplace, things like that. For more in-depth discussions, however, we do ask our users to navigate to the community message board section of the Global Hub for that. That feature, again, is still in development, but that will be a useful space for people to have those really deep, meaningful discussions around resources and things that they might be encountering in the resource library. Next thing I want to show you is how to upload a resource into the Hub. Keep in mind, not all Hub users will have permissions to upload company resources into the Hub. Each company administrator will receive a designated number of codes to give out to a select employees who will then have permission to post resources on behalf of the company. If you are watching this video, you should have permissions to upload into the hub. So to upload a resource, simply click the upload button here in the navigation bar. And on this form, the first thing that you need to do is identify whether the resource being uploaded is a file or a link from the drop-down here. So we'll start with file. For files, what you'll do is drag the file into the designated area here or browse your computer to upload a resource. The hub accepts a number of different file types, including PDFs, Excel files, DocX, PowerPoints, and more. For links, what you would do is enter or paste the URL into the designated field here. And if you'd like to upload a video into the hub, this is the way to do that. So you may link to an outside video platform like YouTube, paste the link here, and then upload from there. Today, I'm going to upload a file. So I've already selected that by clicking here and picking this resource here. Next, you'll fill in the required fields. So a title, and then a brief description to help users understand what your resource is about. So I'm going to say a guide detailing best practices for non-binary inclusion in the workplace. Then you'd say who the contributing author or company is. In this case, it's Out and Equal. Give your date published. So this is when the actual resource was created. For our purposes today, I'll just say we created this last week. And then you're going to use the master list of topics here to select topics that pertain to your resource. So this is going to ensure that users can find your resource in the appropriate section of the hub. So topics are the way to tag your document. So really ensure that you're giving thought to this part of the upload process. So I'm going to say this is a guide for folks to use. So I'll select that one. We're also talking about non-binary inclusion. So I will mention that here for identity. This is also an LGBTQ 101 guide. So I'll also click that. And then for Out and Equal, these are our resources. So I'm going to go ahead and click Out and Equal resources. And then from there, you click upload. So once all your required fields have been completed, you'll click upload and you'll see a progress bar, and perfect. We have our resource now uploaded into the hub. So if I wanted to upload another resource, I would click this button here. But in fact, I'm satisfied with this one, so I'm just going to go to my resource and check it out. So now that you've learned a little bit about how to navigate the resource library, let's touch base on the other features. So while the library continues to be refined, the other features are undergoing development and will be released later this year. But in the meantime, you can check out some of the information on those features on the pages here. So let's start with the community message board. In addition to gaining resources, it's really important for users to have a space to hold conversations. And individually, we all possess a great deal of knowledge in this arena and can ourselves serve as resources to our peers in the D&I space. So, we constantly encounter questions and seek feedback as work presents new situations. So the community message board is going to be a hub for these conversations, offering individuals the ability to engage in conversations with one another, ask questions, and build strategies together. So going to this page, one of the ways that you can engage in this feature now is if there are specific topics or features you'd like seen in the community, let us know by clicking here. We'd love to hear your feedback, and we'd love to incorporate that as development continues. The next feature is the ERG registry. We'll go ahead and click that here. And so, what often causes this work to be conducted in silos is the very fact that many people don't know where to turn. And so many people that we encounter find that they still need to understand the lay of the land. That's what the ERG registry is going to do. So this is going to be a comprehensive way for companies to locate ERGs working across the world. It's going to provide more collaborative opportunities for ERGs, as well as ways to mobilize around local policy issues. So users are going to be able to search based on industry, location, and company, and then they'll be able to locate them on an easy, navigable map. And so companies can opt in by registering and filling out a few questions that we will use to inform the database. And so actually we are collecting that information now. So if you want to engage in this feature as it's continued to, as it's being developed now, you can actually click here to sign up and provide some of your initial information to ensure that you're actually registered on the ERG registry. So we encourage you to do that by clicking on this part of the Global Hub. So we already have that information moving forward. And last but certainly not least, the events calendar. The events calendar aims to be a central location for all events related to LGBTQ workplace equality that are open to the public. So we will, of course, share Out and Equal information here, but more importantly, you will be able to submit and share events through this calendar. So it's a crowdsourced calendar where all of our hub users can engage, RSVP for events in their area, and really have those in-person connections that we want to facilitate outside of Summit, outside of Expo, and all of our wonderful events. And now we've reached the end of the Global Hub tour. Thank you all so much for joining today. I encourage you to keep exploring the hub by uploading your company resources, commenting, applauding the existing materials on the site, signing up for the ERG registry, and giving us your feedback on what you want to see in the community message board. Again, your feedback is incredibly valuable to us, and we would greatly appreciate if you could fill out our feedback survey. The link is actually posted in the description of this video. If you have any questions, concerns, or additional thoughts, feel free to email me at mjelpy@outandequal.org. And in the meantime, thank you again, and stay tuned for more exciting features to come.